here at the Hungary ring. So here we go with the reigning championship leader, a man who has pretty much dominated RFL Season 4 Tier 1. What a tight entry as we start Jolly's flying lap, the man who's won more races out of anyone in RFL Season 4, into turn 1, breaking up the 75 metre board, into turn 1. Don't want to clip the apex too much. JJ gets out the way as you go down the hill, under the tunnel, in towards turn 2. Very easy to lock up there on the front left. You've got to watch out for your ERS turn 3 flat out. Chandler sets the fastest provisional lap time as you go up the hill in towards the blind. Turn 4, very easy to cut, very easy to go wide. Master perfectly. Into turn 5, don't want to hug the apex too much, otherwise you will spin out. Make sure you master the traction zone into the first chicane. Turn 6 and 7, very tricky, very bumpy apexes. Now turns 8 and turns 9. This is where downforce is required, and also good entry speed as you approach turns 10 and 11. 10, 11, go down to 5th gear. Don't want to go too wide as you go downhill for the third sector. Turn 12, break into 2nd gear, 120 kph as you exit in towards the final 2 turns. Turn 13, goes a little bit wide there, does Jolly, but gets a good exit for the last corner. Break for the line right there, and it's 2-line corner. Take it wide or tight as you exit the final corner. Watch out for the DRS, and it's a provisional pole position for the championship leader. Jolly sets a 1 minute 15.8 on the soft tyres, but as we said earlier about the tyre strategies, it's a very, very interesting game, and I think a lot of people are starting to qualify on the soft tyres as well. T10 Spar Shot, he must be a happy guy after his accusations of this past week, getting a lot of RFL drivers, and Vapid Koot as well in the McLaren. Knothead, he got a podium last week in Germany, and now he's coming back. I think it was Germany, yeah, I think I'm right about that. So he's coming back, and then his time gets automatically beaten by Langman, so the track evolution is starting to play its part. R8, is your problem still good, or are you still having issues? I think he's
well, yeah, I just got the stream started, so if you could cover for me for a few more minutes.
okay, no worries. As we enter the last 8 minutes here of this tight qualifying session here at the Hungary ring, it's the championship leader Jolly who takes provisional pole position. BMW JJ goes third fastest on the soft tyres. So the top 9 are all on the soft tyres. So there might be, the 2-stop could be faster maybe than the 1-stop, but we just don't know yet. Or maybe rain, just like in the Tier 2 race, will come to play in the race. Who hasn't set a lap time? WO Verstappen has been the man of the hour when it comes to last minute qualifying sessions. He's taken a couple of pole positions. He took pole at Monaco, and I believe Canada and France as well. Let me get the official facts up for RFL Season 4. There goes Jolly. He's nearly lost the back rear end of the car. Good job, they're saving it. I think he lost the rear of the car turn 4, the blind turn 4, and that will catch a lot of drivers out. And yeah, he has backed out on his lap as WO Verstappen, so he'll have to go again on a fresh set of soft tyres as we enter the last 6 minutes of this qualifying session. T10 Pred in the Eero Atmaz, the reigning champion, has beaten Jolly's time, 1 minute 15.5. We're getting to the 15s now, the mid 15s, and we could even get to the low 15s by the end of this qualifying session, but I think that might be a little too much to ask for. But Eero Atmaz, who recently has been finding his pace over the last couple of races, he hasn't had the best of seasons, but he's starting to get back into his groove, is really taking the fight to both Jolly and Chandler. He's 3 times quicker than Chandler. Brimson as well, he goes P3 as well, but still 3 times behind Jolly and Atmaz as we enter the last 6 minutes here of qualifying. Everyone apart from WO Verstappen has set a lap time, and I think WO Verstappen is just doing donuts just for the sake of it. I don't know why he's doing that. You're not allowed to do donuts, and I think this might have to be sent to the stewards I don't know if he's just doing it just to piss about, or I think he's just doing it to piss about. So yeah, so
Well, I'm back. Newsflash.
yeah.
So, properly, good evening, everyone. And yeah, thank you for kindly waiting for the stream to start up. Apologies for the issues. Yeah, we had a bit of a hiccup along the way, but hopefully it's all good for now.
Yeah, hopefully the stream is all good. Everyone is still a lap time here at the Hungaroring, apart from WR Verstappen, who is going to go back into the pit lane and go for one last run. Mulder, actually, we missed that. Mulder is actually beating Ira Landmass's time, is on pole position. Apologies about that. I was focused on WR Verstappen for some reason, but Mulder has beaten Ira Landmass's time here, and he's the man on provisional pole position for this race. Mulder, I don't think, actually, yeah, Mulder. Let's see, Mulder, he's on 24 points. Yeah, gap to the leader, 176. 176 is the gap. Entered 3 races so far, and his pace is looking decent, but obviously, alright, track evolution can play a massive factor into these qualifying sessions.
Yeah, for sure, and especially on tracks like this where tire grip is everything, as well as downforce. Well, this track, Monaco without the barriers, and you need all the grip in the world to just go fast around here. A little bit of a slide can cost you a few tenths already, so yeah, this track definitely, track evolution is a very, very big factor. And these drivers will definitely want to get the best track evolution they can ever get, so that they can benefit themselves, pretty much.
As we entered the last 4 minutes here of qualifying for this Hungarian Grand Prix for RFL as Season 4 Tier 1. If you just joined us, hello everyone and welcome to round 12 of the RFL Season 4 Championship here at Hungary. Elsa Mulder is provisionally on pole position for now as we enter the last 3 minutes of this exciting qualifying session. I think BMJ Nomad is on, actually no, he's on an out lap so far, so his lap won't mean anything as the drivers. All that matter is Vapid Cute, he's on his out lap as well. King Gamers is actually 2 times up on his lap time as he enters, is going through sector 2 right now. Some amazing corners, but if you get it all wrong, you will be in the barriers. It's just a one-line corners, all these corners. He's gone a little bit wide, he's lost the back end there. Has King Gamers, he's in the wall, he's lost his front wing, and that's his lap time ruined. He was scheduled to be 3 times quicker, and that would have got him up into 4th or 5th place if he would have completed that lap. Yellow flags in sector 3 or sector 2, and I think Sparshot's lap. No, he's not. He's on the out lap right now. But man, that's just the example of how difficult it is to actually do a lap around here. And these barriers and these curbs, it can really catch you out.
Yeah, definitely. The barriers, they just get closer and closer as you head into throughout the lap, especially in sector 2. So you definitely want to be on your toes while pushing the limits. And heading towards the final sector now is JJ. I think he's up on his time, goes very wide out of the previous corner that he's just passed. So hopefully that lap doesn't get invalidated.
Oh, Sparshot!
Ooh,
retired. I don't know what's happened to him. Might have crashed. I don't know where there's yellow flags in sector 2 and sector 3, so it might have been the entry of sector 3. I'm not really sure, but Jolly is slightly down. He's actually track extended, so he's not going to complete his lap, but I think he's going to go again. Is the championship leader as we enter the last minute and a half of, my opinion, could be the best qualifying.
Tom, can you give me a second? Again?
Yeah.
Maybe there's some issues again.
Yeah, I'm sorry, just my headset. My wire just cut off for a minute, but we're back. As we enter the last minute of this qualifying session, it's Alcyon Mold on pole position. He loses the back end there. Mold is in the wall. He's got his front wing damaged, and that's his qualifying over. Yellow flags in sector 2, and I think everyone will have to maybe back out of their lap time. Jolly slightly clips Apex's 5,000 or 500ths down on his personal best. As we enter the last 30 seconds, Mulder has retired, and we will not see an improvement from Mulder, but will we see an improvement from Eero Atmaz? He's on his out lap, he's on his cooldown lap actually, and that was his qualifying session over. Adam 45, SRL Ninjas, the season 1 champion, goes second place here at the Hungary Ring. He will qualify second or worse here at the Hungary Ring, but as we enter the last 10 seconds, the big players are starting the lap stand. I don't think Jolly's actually 110 VOP on his lap time. He's going to watch out for his ERS on the bottom right. He's going to run out now, and that will cost him his lap time. Jolly goes second place, but still. As Jolly goes second place there, Adam is on a lap. I don't know if he's entering Sector 2 right now. Yellow flag in Sector 2. That's F1 Aiden in the Ferrari, who's slowed down there. But Jolly is on second place. He can't beat Mulder's time so far. So what about Atmaz? Atmaz is slightly down on his lap time. Can last season's world champion WO Verstappen? Oh my goodness me, what a clutch lap time that was from the Racing Point man. 15-1, 4 tenths quicker. WO Verstappen, take a bow. Adams backed out in his lap time. Atmaz goes wide. I don't think he's going to improve. No, he won't. Atmaz goes 5th. Nomad around the final corner, he's slightly off. Chandler's retired. Chandler will start 11th. Chandler Saita will start 11th. Adam 45 is back into the pit lane. WO Verstappen is going to take pole position. Yes, he is. What a lap time from WO Verstappen. A 1:15.1. No one has beaten that lap time. And in the dying seconds of this qualifying session, and he was talking about Mulder and Jolly and Atmaz and Adam maybe, and maybe even Nomad, WO Verstappen has snatched pole position from the championship leader, and Mulder had a horrendous end to that qualifying lap. WO Verstappen takes pole position for the Hungarian Grand Prix. What a lap time that was.
Yeah, well, Verstappen, obviously he gave it everything, so he's claimed the rewards from that. So he's starting from pole, not a very long run into turn 1, so he should be fine. He just covers the inside, but maybe sometimes the outside is the best line, so we'll see as the race will load up pretty soon.
So WO Verstappen snatches a pole position last minute. He gets 1 point for his pole position. Alcyon Mulder in the Haas, second place. Brilliant qualifying for him. The championship leader Jolly is in third place, in front of Adam in fourth and Atmaz in fifth. BMG Nomad in sixth place with Dutch Gamers Laws in seventh, and BMG JJ in eighth place. Knothead in ninth in the other Williams, followed by Alcyon Broomston in the other Haas in 10th. Chandler Saita qualifies shockingly in 11th, and Active Beacon and Vapiku 12th and 13th. Shot for them. Spar Shot in the Racing Point 14th. Cleansum 15th, Lion 16th, and then King Gamers, I think, and Aiden were 17th and 18th positions, respectively. So, and it's intermediate conditions.
Ooh.
So now we know why everyone was on the soft tires, because it is intermediate conditions. And just like in the Tier 2 race, where there was rain, but it wasn't at the beginning, it was at the end of the race, the last 9 laps. Intermediate conditions, Hungary has thrown up another spanner in the works for today's RFL Hungarian Grand Prix, as we are on intermediate conditions. And wow, this really does change everything, doesn't it, Alright?
Yeah, the drivers, I'm assuming they qualified on the wet setup as well, so I'm pretty sure they are well prepared, but at the same time, not prepared at all.
Do you think so?
I'm pretty sure, yeah, because I don't think they've ever done practice on the wet. Normally, that's what you do at least. You do it on the dry, but unless well, they came prepared. They know league racing is can be unpredictable. So yeah,
Damn right about that.
they will, yeah. they'll take advantage of that. But yeah, most of these guys, well, they're gonna have to adapt, I guess. Adapt is the key, and if you can adapt well, then the range shouldn't be an issue.
Yeah, but I'm thinking if we were getting into the low 15s in qualifying, then maybe they were doing a dry setup, because I don't think they would have gotten a low WR Verstappen, a low 15, and Mulder a 15.3 with wet setup. I mean, obviously you require high wings for this track. Obviously it's downforce efficient with sectors 2 and 3 being slow speed and high speed corners. But just the fact that now it's now light rain, intermediate conditions, just throws up a spanner in the works to the point where anyone in the top 10 can pretty much win this race. As we head towards the end of the formation lap, championship standings, Jolly on 200 points, 74 points ahead of his nearest rival, Chandler Saita. He starts 11th. LCR Broomson in 10th place. He's in third place in the championship, 132 points on 68. Adam 45 and 4 points with 66. And then Danny at 31. I think he's missing this race, so unfortunately for Danny, he's missing out. T10 Predator, he starts 18th today. And then Xbox Nuthead, he's actually according to this, so he's in the Williams, and then followed by Clenzo and Antmaz, and then Langman 17 in the Red Bull. So here we go for the midway stage of the Racing Formula League Season 4 Hungarian Grand Prix. It's intermediate conditions, but it was a dry qualifying, and WR Verstappen took a last-minute clutch pole position. Will he convert that into the win today, or can Jolly or Adam or Mulder do something about it? As we head on for the 5 red lights for the start of the RFL Hungarian Grand Prix. We have 5 red lights. And it's lights out and away we go here in Hungary. Everett gets a tentative start. WR Verstappen, I think, got a better start there. Jolly has jumped Mulder into second place. He's trying to challenge for the lead around the outside, but it's Verstappen in the lead. Jolly goes around the outside into turn 1. Can he hold the lead into turn 1? No, he can't. He has to push that wide. Verstappen takes the lead. It's 3 wide going into turn 2. Bit of lag going on everywhere. There's a Toro Rosso in the wall. That is Adam 45, and that's big problems there. WR Verstappen takes the lead. Mulder in second. Jolly hounding him in third place. Nomad Atlas is in fourth place, and then massive position changes in the back of the field. Jolly goes around the outside into turn 4. Bit of contact there, and Mulder's lagging a little bit. Is he in the wall? Mulder spun out. Yeah, Mulder spun out. Yeah, there must have been a bit of contact there. Alright, with Jolly and Mulder. I don't know what's happened there. Jolly tried to go around the outside of him into turn 4, and obviously that's not going to work. But Mulder has came out west. Shocking start there for Mulder, but a great start there for Jolly, and most importantly, Verstappen.
Yeah, the incident with Jolly and Mulder is that Jolly tried to go around the outside. Nothing wrong with that, but yeah, it's just very weird. Normally, it's the car that's on the outside that gets either hung out to dry, or maybe, well, actually, to be fair, around the outside was probably the better line. But yeah, it's 50-50. I guess it's the opening lap. You want to get aggressive and make up a few positions. So I guess these guys just tripping over each other. But unfortunately, Mulder came off the worst.
Yeah,
around the
speaking
outside
of
goes
Mulder, his
Thompson.
teammate Broomson's losing positions hand over stone here. Everyone's struggling with grip.
Oh, the Renault's getting worse.
Renault's nearly classed Ante Beacon catching the rear end not once but twice there on the run down in towards turn 2. Everyone's jockeying for position as they try to find some grip on these intermediate conditions. There's no real racing line, of course, just all the parts of the track is just greasy, and everyone just has to take it cautious. And there's Dutch Gamers Law as he goes wide on the entry, on the exit of 4. He loses out to Sparshot. Decent start by Sparshot. He's in 12th place. Langman as well. Langman and Clenzo trying to battle in towards the chicane, and Langman gets the better P9 for Langman. And also Chandler Seater making up positions. Pred, just so much battling going on. Just everyone's trying to find the right line, the right amount of grip as they struggle for position and just traction alone on these first couple of laps as they try and stand these couple of first laps. And there goes.
Sparshot's losing positions.
Yeah, Sparshot's losing positions again. I don't know if he's got damage as well. Aiden's going side by side with him. You got Predator and Lion in the background there. Oh, Lions went off. Lions went wide. I think he might have got damage. Wheel to wheel banging there goes Lion. Aiden. Dutch Gamers Lars goes incredibly wide on the exit of the final corner. Nuthead has got past JJ Rock. And Nuthead is going wheel to wheel with him down the inside. Goes the Williams man of Xbox Nuthead, and Nuthead in 4th position goes the Williams driver. There's this Renault off. He's in the wall again. That's Ante Beacon. He's struggling for grip as he goes side by side with there's a Red Bull there. Red Bull massive problems there for BMG JJ, and now he's got his teammate behind him. Carnage in this race. A lot of battling. Lineman. For Christian Horn. Oh, he actually goes wide. Switch back there. Everyone
JJ.
More contact there, and there's damage on the front wing of Clenzo as well, and Chandler gets a position, and also King Gamers as well. First 3 laps, and just everyone's just absolutely struggling there for grip. There goes Clenzo on Chandler. Everyone just can't find the right amount of grip and the right amount of traction to try and stay on positions. Everyone's just shuffling like a pack of cards, just up and down, up and down, up and down, and we can't really catch up. There goes the Ferrari of 10T Pred around the outside. He's trying to send it a little bit, but can you blame him? There's just no real line of where the grip is, and Dutch Gamer Lars trying to fight. Can't fight enough as he tries to go on the outside, and he's going to lose another position there to Grumpy Lion. And also watch out for the McLaren behind Vapikut as well. He's battling with Sparshot as well. A lot of shuffling in the first couple of laps as we enter lap 4 in the back field. But look at this, we've got Vapid and Lion and Dutch Gamers side by side. Vapid goes down the inside and he thinks about it, but he doesn't. But Dutch Gamers lost, trying to go around the outside, and Lion has forced him wide. Now Vapid trying to get past the Renault of Dutch Gamers, and now we've got Chandler overtaking BMG JJ. This is crucial for Chandler's championship fight. Remember, he's in a championship fight right now with, and there's someone in the wall. That is BMG JJ. He's in the wall there. He's got damaged front wing, and he's made contact with there. Massive crash up the hill into turn 4, and surely that might have to bring out the safety car. Both, that's heartbreaking for Vapid. He was just an innocent bystander in that. JJ just has lost complete traction, and I think that it might be his race over. And this is what we've been talking about, just struggling for traction, struggling for grip, just trying to find what works and what doesn't. And here, speaking of what works and what doesn't, here comes the lead of the race. It's Verstappen and Jolly, the 2 men that I've been wanting to see. And if you watched Germany last week, Jolly feels so comfortable in these conditions. I think it's on to light up all right. But anyway, Jolly, can he get a better exit? He's sticking with him, and this might be the lead for the lead of the race. Verstappen goes defensive. Jolly tries to go around the outside. Can he make it work around the outside? He's going to brake as late as he can, knowing that there's minimum grip around the outside on the exit of turn 1. Verstappen pushes him wide, and Verstappen retains the lead of the Hungarian Grand Prix, with Jolly is a massive threat, especially in these conditions. If you watched last week's race, where Jolly just comes to a life of his own on these intermediate conditions. But I think, alright, the track is starting to try out just a tiny little bit, and maybe in the next 10 or 15 laps, as we got Vapid Coot in the pit lane, disaster race for him, and he's going to have to try and do something if he wants to get a good position in this race.
Yeah, indeed. And well, I kind of agree it's getting a little bit drier, but I'm not sure. Let's see. The rain can be very persistent, so we'll keep an eye on that. Don't expect any dries anytime soon, as Jeff will always say.
Yeah.
But we'll keep an eye on it.
Shout out to everyone in the stream as well for watching this. This is only going to be a chaotic race, and hopefully Morgs is also watching us as well in RFL Hungary. The battle for the lead, less than 7 tenths between Verstappen and Jolly as we approach lap 6 of the Hungarian Grand Prix dry qualifying. but wet intermediate conditions has made for a massive shuffle up in the pack order as the championship leader hunts down the qualifying master of WO of Verstappen in RFL Season 4, Almaz, the reigning champion. Speaking of Almaz, behind him, there goes Knothead on BMG Nomad in towards turn 1. Knothead going to do the switchback. It's great traction there, and Knothead gets the position. It's P4 for the Williams man, and Claire Williams must be delighted with how her drivers are performing. Knothead in P4, Jolly battling for the lead of the race, and Williams, that car is just suitable in intermediate conditions. There goes the Ferrari of T10 Pred. The two Ferraris actually going side by side in towards turn 3, and it's going to be T10 Pred going around the outside trying to find the grip. But speaking of, here comes the Toro Rosso of Lion into turn 4, but no way in for the Lionator of Grumpy Lion in number 5, and he's going to Ferraris battling for P12. Bit of contact there. Lion doesn't get any damage. The battle for the lead, 7 tenths though, but the gap is maintaining. The gap is slowly increasing, and then Antmaz just trying to find that comfort zone of what works, what doesn't, what he can get away with, what he can't get away with, especially in this condition where, you know, the line is greasy, but you know, you can still find grip, but it's going to be a little bit slippery. Broomson is actually caught up to the Mercedes of BMG Nomad, just trying to get a cleaner line, just trying to find some water to cool the tyres down maybe, as we enter lap 7 of the Hungarian Grand Prix. WR Verstappen still leads. Got a battle here for P13 maybe between Aiden and Lion, and he's got his teammate as well. Does Lion go down the inside? No, he doesn't. He thinks better of it. Broomson 5 tenths, 6 tenths slower. Behind him, behind BMG Nomad, and Jolly just maintaining the gap right now. He knows it's a long race. He knows that, you know, the race won't be won in the first 7-8 laps, but it will be won maybe in the pit stops, or maybe in the last 5 or 10 laps, just like Lewis Hamilton in real life this year. Lion has got past Aiden. No, he hasn't. Aiden tries to go around the outside in towards turn number 4, and Aiden has retained P13, and maybe there might be some team orders.
King Gamer and Chandler tried to go side by side through the chicane, and that didn't end well. One of them has a warning, I think, so for corner cutting.
Yeah, penalty is going to play a massive factor into race straight.
Oh, DRS enabled.
DRS is enabled. So will everyone come in? It looks like they will. So the track has dried up. Who comes in? Verstappen's actually, no, he's coming in. Jolly's also coming in. It's all hell is going to break loose in the pit lane. Who's going to win this fight then? Knothead stays out. Knothead, just like the Kingsley last week in Germany, the second driver has to stay out. Otherwise, he will be forced. You know, he will lose time. But who's going to win this fight between Verstappen and Jolly? The Racing Point driver comes in for soft tyres.
Verstappen's been held, I think.
Verstappen's been held. Here comes Jolly.
Nope.
Is Jolly going to retain? No, he's not. So Verstappen retains the lead of this race. And Antmaz comes in. Knothead retains. Broomson as well. Langman is in. Antiv is in. There's so much carnage in this race. That's Cleanser. Cleanser's been held. Cleanser's been held there, and he's lost so many positions, and that's his race over unless a safety car comes out or something. Massive shuffle in the pit lane once again, and Sparshot has been, oh man, the pit guys weren't ready for him. It's going to be so close between him and, JJ's retired as well. I don't know if he's crashed or something. Vapid is in as well, but WR Verstappen, most importantly, has retained the lead of the Hungarian Grand Prix, and especially his teammate as well. His teammate is losing time as well, and yet I just seen him just lost the rear end into sector 3 and has crashed out of this Hungarian Grand Prix. So Verstappen goes wide. He's nearly hit the wall. Has Verstappen?
Whoa.
He's just about caught it. I think, Ora, can you just confirm what tyres he's on? It says that he's on the softs, but he's on the mediums apparently. I don't know which is which, so...
Yeah, he's on the mediums, and I think it's interesting to see that Jolly has opted for the hard, so he's going to the end. He thinks he can go to the end. whereas Verstappen thinks otherwise. So that's interesting to say the least. So we'll see which strategy pays out, and as Nuthead comes for his pit stop finally, and I think he's going to lose quite a bit of time. Or is he? He may come out just ahead of Nomad, sorry. And yeah, he just on the inside into turn 1. Oh, up the inside goes Langman on Blumsen. Wow, that was a great move there. A bit of contact, but I think it's still alright indeed. Nomad goes up the inside of Nuthead. Oh, that was massive contact, and I think Nuthead will definitely not be happy with that.
Look at Langman.
3 wide into.
3 wide. 3 wide.
Oh no.
Surely this can't work. And no, it doesn't. Langman just restrains. He gets P4. Yellow flag in sector 1. Who's that for? I think that's the Spa shot. Who's spun? I'm not sure. Another yellow flag for second. That's Pred. Pred's in the wall.
T10
Pred's lost his front wing. Pred's lost his front wing. Oh, Dutch game as well.
Dutch gamer.
Tries to avoid him. And this is what I've been telling you about. The track is dry, but the optimum grip is not there yet. And T10 Pred has got his damaged front wing, and that's his race over. And unless the safety car comes out, there's no chance in hell that his race will be saved. But as you look on the battle, Pred nearly loses it again.
And to Beacon.
Beacon. What's happened with Actor Beacon? He's lost control of the car. He's still going, but just the grip isn't there.
Literally going sideways.
The grip is just not there. Everyone's struggling. Everyone's just gone wide, especially if you're on a harder tyre. And if we go by pit stop logic, WR Verstappen will have to stop one more time compared to Jolly. But here comes Langman. Langman's on the charge in the Red Bull down the inside. Goes Langman, and he's into P4, but Nuthead will have the switchback down the hill in towards turn 2, the side-by-side as we head down the hill in towards turn 2. Langman, he goes a little bit deep, he goes very deep actually, and Nuthead, that's a piece of cake for Xbox Nuthead in the Williams, and that is P4 for the Williams driver as Spa Shot gets the fastest lap in the race, and if that stands here we'll get 1 point as Pred's in the pit lane for a second stop, but WR Verstappen is in the lead, and if we're going by pit stop logic, he will have to make one more stop compared to Jolly. I think they can take the tyres, the hards, 20 something laps, but it just depends about how fast the track just grips up in heat and temperature, and how much heat can you have on those tyres, especially on the harder compound where they do have less grip, and it will be slightly harder to maintain or gain time. It'll be much more easier to lose time. There's a massive battle here. Langman once again with Nuthead. Verstappen fast up of the race, 22 flat, and the times are coming down here at the Hungary ring. And here comes Langman with the DRS enabled, and this might be a pass. Will it? He's getting closer. Will he dive down the inside like Daniel Ricciardo? Yes, he does. Down the inside goes Langman, 17 in the Red Bull, and he gets P4 once again. And now look at this. Also, back to Beacon. Wow, he came from nowhere. He just gained, I think that's 2 positions on Blumsen and Nomad, and now Active Beacon is in P6 here at the Hungarian Grand Prix. That's actually interesting to see. Verstappen, Atmaz, Langman, Nuthead, Lion, Dutch, Spa Shot and Vapid have all went on these the medium tyres. So they're probably thinking, maybe, this tyre is probably faster for now, but they'll have to sacrifice a pit stop in order to make this strategy work. What's happened there? Jolly's lost position to Atmaz. Vapid's at the fast lap of the race. Alright, can you see any damage on the front wing? I don't think I can, but I think Jolly just lost the back end there, especially on the harder tyre. And Atmaz, the reigning champion, is in second place here in Hungary.
I think Jolly just let MS by because he didn't want to lose time fighting him, and he wants to preserve his tyres for the end of the race when he has to fight Verstappen or MS as well. So yeah, I think Jolly's playing it smart for now, and he's not fighting it too hard.
We'll see at the end of the race if that was a good decision or not, if he did let him through. Obviously he didn't catch that, but Atmaz in second place. The gap is now 4.4 seconds to WR Verstappen. Verstappen's not even using any ERS as far as, look at Verstappen, look at his ERS. He's got so much ERS. Time penalty for Elcio Mulder. 3-second time penalty. Multiple warnings. Probably track extending on corner cutting. And it's so easy as Amaz nearly loses the back end there once again on that second sector. And it's going to be very difficult now for the drivers. Just try and build the temperatures, build the heat up while they try and just keep it on the track. One lapse of concentration or a mistake could see a certain driver in the wall. There's a lot of battles going on here, a lot of closed gaps going on. Elsa Brimson and Nomad yellow flags in sector 2. Who's that for? That's for T10 Spa Shot. He's span at the exit of, what is that, 10-5. He's clipped the apex there, and he is another one who bites the dust of the infamous 10-5 corner. Lap 13 here at the Hungarian Grand Prix. Verstappen leads from Eero Atmaz, closely followed by Jolly, the championship leader in the Williams, and then there's Langman 17 in the Red Bull, followed by Nuthead and Antiv Beacon as well. Antiv's closed the gap actually to Xbox Nuthead to pretty much less than 4 tenths, less than 3.5 tenths. And now he's going to try maybe to overtake, but he's going to save his ERS because there's no way he's going to overtake in towards the second sector. Very rough line there for active Antiv Beacon.
Oh, up the inside goes Dutch Gamer on F1 A10. And that was very audacious, but he was very lucky not to do a ball test there. And but both of them came out unscathed, luckily.
Yeah, very rash move there from Dutch Gamer's Lars. Trying to go down inside, and Aiden's lost the back end there. And no, there's no way he can get through there. No way he can get through there for Dutch Gamer's Lars. He's going to have to try and do something else. WR Verstappen, another fast lap. 19s, now we're getting to the 19s here at the Hungarian Grand Prix. As the gaps are starting to slowly but surely edge out. Dutch has got a penalty for multiple warnings, and he's got 3 seconds at the end of the race. Anti Beacon and Nuthead are actually going side by side. Nuthead just defended for P5 there, and Antiv is just trying to overtake Antiv Beacon. But already this is the part of the race where it's probably the most difficult for a driver. You're in the dirt here, you're in the slipstream at the same time, especially with sector 2 and 3, and it's just so impossible to overtake unless a driver makes a mistake. I think R8 is...
Yep, sorry. I was just checking the stream if it was all going well. I think so. If there is any problem, please do let me know, because at the moment I can't identify it.
Oh, Vapid's left the session. Vapid's left the session.
I
think that's just a connection issue. Either connection issue or he's just rage quit because he's had enough. Knowing Vapid, he's probably rage quit because he's had enough and he can't be bothered with this race anymore. Anyway, the gap from Jolly to Atmaz less than a second now. But I think Atmaz just losing time. He lost 2 seconds on the lap, and Verstappen is just really pushing. Doesn't really look like he's pushing, but he's extended the gap.
Antiv not hit.
Oh, there goes Antiv on the inside. Now on the outside downhill into towards turn 2. Is this a position change for Antiv? Around the outside goes Antiv Beacon in the Renault, and that is P5. That's a great overtake for Antiv.
Not hit on the switchback.
No chance in towards turn 4, the blind turn 4. He's probably going to get a warning for track extending there, as everyone else does, but Nuthead in P6. Lion gets a 3-second time penalty for his troubles, probably track extended too much, and Lion will have 3 seconds at the end of his race. Jolly 6 temps now as we begin lap number 16 of the Hungarian
Plento and Butler going side by side in sector 2. That's usually not the place to overtake, but look at the grip that Plento has going around the sequence of corners, but Mulder just manages to hold ahead of Plento.
Yeah, just very difficult to overtake around that section of corners where it's inside and outside and it switches back to the inside, but then it's just a tight line. There's only a one-way line through that corner. You can't really overtake, you can't really try to go for it, but Mulder just slides as well. He's a little bit wide there. Now the DRS is engaged for Clenzo. Is this the chance for the Bossman gaining member to overtake Mulder as he goes down the inside? Will he outbreak him? Yes, he does. Down the inside goes BMG Clenzo. He's going to leave him room now. Not really the smartest option to do when you're trying to race and trying to get position, but Mulder's coming back at him. He's going to try and hold it around the outside. Is Clenzo around the outside? Goes Mulder. Oh, Clenzo, he's going to have the inside line for 10-3, but now he's going to have the outside line for the blind turn 4, and he has to back out because Mulder has got the position locked up and sorted. Very respectable driving from these two drivers. See what's going on. Nuthead just trying to follow at the beacon as Verstappen another fast lap. 19.7, 1:19.7 for WOR Verstappen as we enter lap 17 of this race. Nuthead 5 tenths slower, 5 tenths behind. Dutch has another penalty, another 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings, and his race has gone from bad to worse.
Yeah, well, looking down the pecking order, I think it looks like nothing much is going on at the moment, but
Yep.
17 laps in, Verstappen still in the lead. He's not going to pit yet, I guess in a few more laps' time.
Yeah.
Unless he's planning to go to the end,
no,
which
man.
is very highly unlikely.
Noma has a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings, track extending, and that could be the difference between finishing in the points and finishing outside of the points. Remember, time penalties do have an effect on a track like this, where one mistake, there's yellow flag. Mulder's gone off the track. I think he might have lost the rear end. Mulder has a 10-second time penalty for exceeding track limits. I think that's a little bit unfair. I don't know what happened to him. I think he lost the rear end and caught it. If I can see, yep, he's got damage on his front wing. He must have hit the barriers. And
Oh,
Mulder's
there
race.
goes T10 Spot Shot.
Spar Shot's also lost it as well on the exit of turn 4. And Spar Shot's racing on from bad to worse for the racing points when his teammates in the lead. His race has just gone from bad to worse. And his chance of scoring points looks to be all over for the what is it called, the Tekken 10 team. I'm not really sure. Got another yellow flag as Mulder loses the back end there. And I think he's getting really frustrated with his race. So it's back to the pits as Dutch game is Lars just catches the back end on the exit of the final corner, and this might be an overtake for the Runnerman. Will he go dive down the inside? Yes, he does. Down the inside goes the Runnerman, but he's going to have to switch back. Is F1 Aiden, and he does have the superior traction. They're going to go wheel to wheel downhill in towards turn 2, and I think Aiden locks up there on the front left tyres. But will he have he'll have the inside line, and there he goes, F1 Aiden into P13 as they enter second 2. Mulder has retired. His race is over.
Oh, contact between Aiden and Mulder, Gamer, sorry.
Between Aiden and bloody hell, so much action, can't really keep up. Aiden has the high ground, and he has the superior position. The massive battle here going on for P5, 6, 7, and P8 as well. Brumson, Nomad, Nuthead, and Anta Beacon all trying to fight for P5. Let's keep an eye on this battle. Nuthead is a little bit too far to make a move, and also is Nomad and also Brumson as well. Just keep a close eye on this 4-way battle for P5. I'm guessing everyone but Nomad will have to stop again probably. Yeah, they will probably have to stop again. I don't know how long the yellow flag in sector 2. Oh, that Spar Shot, he's crashed. He's crashed. He's been disqualified. We're going the wrong way. And another one bites the dust here at the Hungarian Grand Prix. His teammate is absolutely flying. We got 8.4 seconds, and the last thing that Verstappen would need right now is a safety car to ruin this race. But alright, his chances of winning is looking good.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah. Nomad taking every bit of track to his advantage there and nearly speared into the barriers. But I think he is. Well, he's gaining on Xbox not hit. So let's see
Yep, he is.
if he can make a move done.
They're on the same tyres, but if you notice the ERS on 5 for hot lap, so he's gone full pedal to the metal. Is BMG Nomad in the Mercedes? Can he make this move? No, you see he's too far back. He's too far back, and I think Antiv is getting the DRS from Vapakut there, who is disconnected. So, yeah. So pretty much.
Cheeky.
Yeah, that's very cheeky indeed, but very smart play from Anti-Beacon to get the DRS from a disconnected car. He's pretty much a ghost, and that will help the leader of the pack, especially maintaining the gap as well for the Renault man. As Chandler Seater has overtaken Grumpy Line for P10, and the other Mercedes is actually just trying to fight his way back through the field after just qualifying P11 in qualifying. He's actually just trying to fight his way back through the field. Knothead and Xbox, well, the Knothead and Nomad competing. Knothead and I've done it again. Knothead and Nomad competing for P6 and P7. I do apologise for that, folks. It gets very easy to mix names. Knothead and Nomad. There you go. Competing for P6.
Yep, there we go.
Can Nomad get the overtake? He's on the more durable tyre, but he's on the slightly older. He's on a slightly older set of tyres here. You might have to watch out for Brumson, but I think Brumson is a bit too far back for Nomad. Or yeah, Brumson is too far back, but Nomad is closing the gap, but he just can't close the gap enough to warrant an overtake. Is Nomad as they go down the hill in towards 10-4.
Yeah, I realised Nomad round the corners, he's quite quick. He's gaining on that hit on the corners, but on the straights he's just losing time. So I'm assuming he's running much higher wings. So that will be the problem.
Maybe a setup was prepared for a more wet setup, and now since it's now sunny conditions, he had the Hungary ring. Now,
well, they're very sunny.
Yeah, very sunny conditions. This will probably play as a disadvantage of a BMG Nomad. In the corners he's gaining, but in the straight line speed he's just losing a little bit of time. Is the Mercedes driver, and also Brumson is actually catching up to him as well. So maybe Brumson could be overtaking him. Maybe this lap just can't get the traction, just can't get the initial grip that he wants to. Is the Haas man. Now, as we start lap 22, 13 more laps to go of what's been oh man, WR for Verstappen. I don't know if you've seen it alright. WR for Verstappen, that's a 3-second time penalty, but will that really help? Will that really change things? I mean, Atmaz, the gap between him and Atmaz is pretty much 8.6 seconds. Now let's check penalties. So WR for Verstappen has 1 penalty, Atmaz has 1 warning, Jolly has 1 warning. Actually, yeah. He actually has a warning. Langman has 2 warnings. Antiv has 2 warnings. Knothead has 2 warnings. Nomad has a penalty and a warning. Brumson has no warnings. Very, very consistent.
Oh wow, Brumson. Take it chill,
what's
man.
He
nearly. These drivers really pushing the limits. He's gone even closer to the barrier. I think there should be a closest to the barrier award this weekend, to be honest, because literally these drivers are every single lap is getting closer and closer to that barrier. Oh, it makes
the slipstream fest. Beacon goes defensive in towards turn 1, and Knothead trying to do the switchback. He's getting really close as T-Template picks up a time penalty. But Beacon trying to just get away, and his tyres are starting to really go off now, and maybe this is what separates WR Verstappen winning this race to Jolly winning this race. But the question is, obviously I do think but all the medium ones will have to pit really off. That's like 2. Knothead's
Oh,
gone.
not hit.
Knothead's retired. Where's he?
What's happened to that hit?
Where's he crashed? It's on the
no.
exit. It's on the exit of actually the entry. The entry into turn 5. I think he might have just lost the back end and crashed, and everyone's going to be careful, otherwise they will crash into Knothead, and that is a shame for the Williams driver. And now his car has disappeared, and there'll be no safety car for the drivers today. So yeah, WR Verstappen is continuing on, but when will he pit? When will he pit? He's got to pit soon. I don't see the medium tyres going. What is that? That's pretty much 27 laps. I don't see the medium tyres going 27 laps. So unless safety car comes out, then WR Verstappen's chances of winning this race are screwed. Oh, what's happened there? But WR Verstappen, oh, he's went a little bit wide there. I think he took too much. He took too much apex there. Yeah, he just
Chandler?
took. Oh, Chandler is.
Yeah, he's
Chandler.
gaining quite a bit on King Gamer. Well, he's ended up the
Oh,
inside
there's
into
that
turn 3.
inside.
Whoa,
Oh,
nearly, very nearly.
Anthony Beacon has a time penalty as well. 3-second time penalty for probably track extending as well. But WR Verstappen is doing a great job of extending the gap and extending track limits as well, as I've just seen as well, on the exit of the third to last corner. Yeah, pretty much. But you know, with a penalty, I don't think anything is going to stop him. And the one thing that will stop him is staying out too long for a puncture. 10 laps to go of this Hungarian Grand Prix, and WR Verstappen is commanding the racetrack out there. 9.3 seconds is the gap to Eero Lammers, and Jolly as well, 4 seconds behind him on the harder tyres. But never count out Jolly. Remember, he's on the pit stops advantage. So if Verstappen and Lammers do pit, especially if they decide that they can't make it to the end, but if they do pit, where are they going to come? Let's see. So they might come out P6, P7, maybe even P8 behind Gamers, or ahead of Gamers, but behind that pack of Beacon, Broomson and Nomad as well. Lineman has picked up a 3-second time penalty. He's in the wall on the exit of turn number 4, and that's a disaster for the Red Bull driver. He's lost the back end, he's lost his front wing, he's lost all of his left side of his front wing, and that is his race pretty much all over. He's going to retire. That's a disaster for the Red Bull driver. Oh, what a shame. He was doing so well. He was in P4 until that spin. I think he just called too much curb, and he just lost control of the car. And Langman's race is all over here in Hungary.
Yeah, I think Langman did the same thing as what Nuthead did, just that he was fortunate not to crash out, but eventually he still retired. So yeah, it's just, I don't know what's so, is it the tires heating up through turn 4 that causes that spin? I'm not sure.
Might be,
but
I
would think so.
Might be lack of grip, or just took the corner too fast, or just something with his setup that really. Oh, what's happened to? Oh, the Dutch Gamers Vars is also spun out as well. He's also spun out as well. And Nomad going
Second
down the
time for Nomad.
Contact there, tight contact there between Beacon and Nomad. He's gonna try and fight back.
No, Nomad.
There.
Wow.
Again, Nomad and Beacon just. Oh my goodness me. Just tyre face to tyre face. How did he know? Oh, there's more contact there. And maybe Nomad has some damage. Slightly contact there, but to be honest, just minimum contact as well for the Mercedes man. And now Broomson is now all over him with 9 laps to go of this Hungarian Grand Prix. Beacon goes a little bit wide there, narrowly missing the wall. Man, I always think they're going to hit the wall and then they just steer out last minute, and you're just like, phew, they just don't hit the wall. Now Nomad is now all over. Oh, Amaz is coming in, so Amaz bites the bullet first on the top runners pitting, and he's going to pit onto the soft tyres. Wow, 9 laps on the soft tyres. But Nomad, pretty much Nomad trying to go around the outside. Can he do it? Into turn one goes Nomad. Bit of contact there between
Whoa.
Beacon. Beacon has to push him wide. They're going to go side by side down the hill. Into turn two. Who has the better straight line speed? It looks like Nomad, but Beacon has more momentum around the outside. Nomad is going to try and just hold it out, but no, he's going to get forced wide. And Beacon and Nomad, Beacon slightly gets ahead of Nomad in towards turn number 4. And that is great battling. Nomad, where is Antmaz going to be? Antmaz got a 3-second time penalty, so he's in P6. So maybe pitting is not the best option as far as race strategy. But if you're the race leader, Chan, I want you to get involved in this. What do you do if you're WR Verstappen? Actually, never mind that. WR Verstappen's in the pit lane, and he is going to go to the end of the race on the soft tyres. You've got to believe, but pretty much, has he lost or gained time? His gap was 9 seconds. Surely he's got to be ahead of Jolly. He is ahead of Jolly, and now, yeah, pretty much is not ahead. Anti-Beacon, no, he's not. So WR Verstappen is in a Hamilton situation. We've got 7 laps to go, and WR Verstappen is on the fresher tyres. He's on the fresher tyres.
Nomad and active. Round the outside goes Nomad into turn 3.
Nomad and Beacon around the outside. More contact again. It's slight contact. And Nomad is in third place. And
Oh, Bumson, look at him.
Oh.
Up the inside of turn 4. That was
No.
that was very audacious, but yeah, I think he backed out last minute, so smart of him doing that. But he's got
Yeah,
a
but
fast
every
charging
time-
here on Anmes.
yeah, but every time they do battle, they're just giving up time to Era Lampmans, who's on the fresher tyres, but on the less durable tyres. It's Dutch Gamers laws. So it's a 1 minute 18.1 as the fast lap active Beacon goes wide again. I don't think you get punished for that track extend. So I don't know if there will be any serious inquiries into that from Brumson. Time will tell. But lap 29 of the
Antiv is in.
Hungarian Grand Prix, and Antiv is in as well. So he can't make it to the end. So he's going to go on to the soft tyres. Is Antiv Beacon. Dutch Gamers gets another 3-second time penalty. And it is the soft tyres for the Banana Renault man of Antiv Beacon. He's going to fall. Where's he going to fall? 9th? Yeah, he's probably 9th place. Just behind the BMG Clemzo. But this is the battle we want to focus on. The battle for the race lead. Verstappen has the better tyres. He has the better pace. And I think Jolly shouldn't really fight. Look at him, he's just, look at the time he's gaining
Wow.
on WR Verstappen. And this, alright, is
It's hand over fist.
money in the bank. Just don't make contact, don't do any stupid moves.
Whoa, Jolly
God,
defends.
more contact. Oh, Jesus Christ. This is the battle for the lead.
Oh, Verstappen, whoa.
Well,
That was a save of the century.
Verstappen doesn't need to do anything stupid. He just needs to get past him on the main straight. That's all I'm asking. Just get over and done with. You're the race leader for crying out loud. And this will be money in the bank for Verstappen. He's going to try and fake him. No, he's going to go the long way round. Jolly into 10. More contact there between the two race leaders. Jolly forced him wide. Jolly has forced him wide. And Verstappen is giving him literally no room. Jolly tries to fight back. But Verstappen holds his line. More contact there. And Jolly, oh my goodness me. Verstappen has retained the lead of the Hungarian Grand Prix. And I have to be honest, alright, there was just no need for that contact. Just get the move done. You're on the fresher tyres. And now this is Verstappen's race, surely for the taking.
Yeah, I agree with that, Tom. They obviously, the tire difference, Jolly knows this himself. He knows that Verstappen has the pace advantage, and that by doing that he's just risking himself losing out to a podium, and that's completely no need, as his championship rivals, Jolly's championship rivals, are down the order. He's going to gain points on them, so yeah. So exactly.
Or if he pits He's just losing so much time. Is he pitting? No, he's not. He's going to try and go to the end of this race. So what is that? That'll be on 25, 26 lap.
Oh, there goes Atmaz on
Atmaz.
Nomad up the inside.
Down
Around the final
inside
corner.
goes Atmaz on the final corner, and Atmaz, the reigning champion, is in P3. But Nomad, even though he doesn't have DRS, he's not going to fight. And Atmaz maybe going from the softs or the mediums to the softs after the intermediates, were probably the best idea and the best situation for WR Verstappen and Errol Atmaz, and it's only a matter of time maybe before he catches Jolly in the next final 4 laps. Let's see what King Gamers all behind Chandler Saita. T10 Pred gets another time penalty, and his race is certainly all over. Any other battles going on here?
Aiden's struggling, so he's got a fast charging Grump Lion right behind him.
Yeah, Lion. This is for the final points paying position of Racing Formula League. WR Verstappen will take the pole position point, so that's 1 point, and I think he also will take the fastest lap point, so that's 27 points WR Verstappen can take if he wins here today, and that's a massive amount of points, unless Jolly can probably do something about it. Jolly is not pitting, so Jolly is going to try and stay out until the end of this race, and if he doesn't get a puncture, I'll be shocked if he doesn't. But his teammate Chandler, BMG Nomad's teammate, excuse me, Chandler Sita, look at 24, 23 lap-year-old tyres for second, fifth, sixth, well, for second, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, and eighth, and 10th, and 12th as well. And Adam, 45. Actually, no, it's not. It's actually Grumpy Lion, his teammate, trying to make a move on F180. We know how aggressive Lion can be. Lion tries to go around the outside. This is for the final points paying position, and Aiden is not going to give it up without a fight. But surely he's got to try and think he's going to do late switch.
Whoa.
Down the inside goes Lion. He pushes him wide, and that's what I'm talking about. Is being too aggressive. Oh, he actually has to buy, which is okay. Fair play.
That's good
fair
stuff.
Fair play, Lion. I'll give you that. You know, a little bit too aggressive. You didn't really need to give the position back. Oh. Commentator scarce? I think not. Lions for the time penalty. Let's see.
You may be
Lions
regretting that
time
now.
penalties. Yeah, he's actually got 2 penalties, so he's gonna have to try and build a 6-second gap on his nearest rivals. But LCR Broomson and BMG Nomad as we enter the final 2 laps of this race. Here comes Broomson down the inside. No, he doesn't. He actually doesn't go down the inside. The Haas man, he just thinks about it, but his time will come. But the question is now, how long will those tyres, how long will the mediums, or the hards, excuse me, how long will the hards last? Will they last to the end of this race? It's a puncture territory for the hard runners. Verstappen will pretty much run away with this race unless he has a catastrophic mistake. But he probably will win this race. Surely, if he can just nurse his tyres until the end, I think he will get second place in this race, and Errol Atmaz will probably round out in third place, providing if anything happens as well. We've got Broomson, but alright, as we enter the final couple of laps, who's your driver of the day?
Well, obviously we got a lot of great showings today. Well, honourable mentions I think will be F1 Aiden making it to the points from last. He is now in P10. King Gamer gained 10 positions off his starting grid as well, so that's also a plus point for him. But I think for me, I think I'll go for Verstappen. Yeah, I'm gonna go safe because well, he I guess he went into the 2-stop, which is very odd, but I guess he got inspired by Hamilton or something, so he went for the 2-stop, and yeah, that's what put him 5 seconds ahead of Jolly at the moment with a lap and a
Yeah.
half to go. So, yeah, my driver of the day would be Verstappen.
Yep. And I think that's a safe choice for driver of the day as we approach the final lap of this race. Around the final corner goes W1 Verstappen, losing traction a little bit there on the exit of the penultimate corner. R8 thinks W1 Verstappen is the fastest, well, it's the driver of the day, and I think some of you probably think that as well. Broomson, the battle for P4. Nomad loses the rear end, but so does Broomson as well. But now it's a question of can the medium, can the medium tyres just last one more lap? The championship leader. Well, here comes Broomson. Can he make a move on Nomad? No, we can't even think about it. He closed the gap slightly, but nothing can be done. But on board with this man, Broomson is actually 2 temps. Can he? Broomson tries to go around the outside of BMG Nomad. That's not going to work. And yeah, he's just losing traction.
Wow.
He's losing traction there, and the tyres are really starting to go off. But here is the man, the pole position, the qualifying maestro, W.O. Verstappen, snatched qualifying pole position at the final second, and has dominated this race. He had to battle Jolly for the race win in the early stages of the intermediate conditions, but once he found his zone on the dry conditions, there's yellow flag sector 2 or 3, but that doesn't matter right now. Around the penultimate, and now the final corner he goes for the Racing Point team. It's victory in Hungary for W.O. Verstappen. He wins the Hungarian Grand Prix, and now Jolly is in second place. His tyres did manage the distance, 28 laps on the hard tyres, and it's going to be Ira Latmaz who will claim third place. Very good showing there from the reigning champion. Nomad in fourth. Actually, no, Broomson will finish in P4, Nomad in P5, and Chandler loses more points to Jolly in the World Championship. King Gamers in 7th place. BMG Clenzo is in 8th, and Active Beacon in 9th. He's had enough. He's going to be finishing in 9th place, and F1 Aiden will come around the final corner to gain 10th place, I think, unless there is a time penalty. 10th place, and his teammate does the moonwalk. I don't know how that's possible, but yeah, just go with it. 10th place for F1 Aiden, and then the 2 Toro Rosso boys of Grumpy Lion and Adam 45 will round out 11th and 12th. And there you go, full formation of the Hungarian Grand Prix, and W.O. Verstappen has taken a win in RFL Season 4. Qualifying Maestro is what I like to call them. King Clutch, the Quali Clutch guy, whatever you want to call them. He's just been a master at qualifying. He's been taking pole positions ever since Monaco. I think it was even earlier at Monaco. And there you go, W.O. Verstappen takes another victory in this championship season, and in honour of W.O. Verstappen taking the victory, we will play the Canadian national anthem for you guys. So congratulations to W.O. Verstappen. He takes the victory from Jolly in second place. Atmaz will run out in third place. Then after Atmaz, it is Elshar Broomson, and then after Broomson, it's Nomad, and then Chandler, and then Gamers, Clenzo, Active Beacon, and then it's Aiden in the top 10. Lion and Toro Rosso, the Toro Rosso boys, 11th and 12th. Dutch in 13th. Fapid, T10, Pred, Langman, Nuthead, Mulder, JJ, and Spar Shot all did not finish the race, and Dutch, Fapid, and Pred were 1 lap down. So in honour of W.O. Verstappen taking victory here at the Canadian Grand Prix, we are going to play the Canadian national anthem. Well done. Well done to our podium drivers here today and the race victory of WO Verstappen. We have invited WO Verstappen and second place Jolly to the parties. We're just waiting on them to join us if they want to join us. I don't know if WO Verstappen has a microphone or Jolly just doesn't want to join us. Yeah, I don't think he does. Yeah, but we're just going to wait to see if those two join, and if they don't join, then we will only interview ERL Atma's fair place. We're just going to wait to see if first and second will join us by probably 25 past. If not, then we'll just cut this short and do ERL Atma's. You know what I mean? So. Make sure your audio is included, Amaz, so your lovely Italian Scouse voice can be heard to all of our fans watching this live on Twitch. Are they?
Hello.
All right.
Oh well, I don't think Verstappen and Jolly are up for a chat, so I guess
Okay.
Verstappen's gone off celebrating, and
Yeah.
Jolly, well, just gutted, I think. So we just carry on with Antmaz, I think.
Yep. Well, ERL Atmaz, congratulations on your third place position today in the Hungarian Grand Prix. Qualifying actually seemed decent from you until Verstappen snatched pole position away from you. Just describe to us your race and how difficult it was from transitioning from dry conditions to intermediate and then back to dries again.
Alright, I fucked up. Oh shit, I can't swear.
Oh, you
God damn
just
it.
say what that.
No, cut that out.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Apologies for
So, I'm
language.
just so used to it. Yeah, I'm sorry. So basically, I screwed my setup. People told me to go for 710, so I tried it. Even I was like 6'9", 6'9". But anyways,
Oof.
this is so cringy. Oh my god, I'm sorry, guys.
Keep going,
So
keep going, keep going.
basically, alright, yeah. So on 710, I literally had no straight line speed whatsoever. It was literally the worst thing I could ever experience on a straight line. But I just did it for the wet period, because then I was keeping up with them, but like it would just benefit me at the start. But once I got onto the mediums, the issue was I had so much more pace to show, but I couldn't because the straight line speed was not there. I was losing average 4 to 3 tenths on lap in sector 1, where it's just straights. It was just painful. Like compared to WXL, I was like a lot more fast, if you get me. But yeah, the transition was
Yeah.
awful.
Final question of today's race. Obviously, this season hasn't went well for you defending your title. Is this season more of a challenge than you thought it would be?
Definitely 100%. It's like a new game, and I'm not really the best learner in like improving like straight off the bat at the start of the game. It takes me a while to like get used to it and be back on pace. And it's the switch over is starting to come to me now because like I've won my first race in F1 2019 in WXL, which is like a confidence boost for me. I still had so much more pace to show, but I'm just so unfortunate I couldn't show it. But on to like Belgium, like I'll try and improve my worth next weekend and show that I'm changing more and coming into a more complete driver, which I hope.
Well, good answers there from our third place man. Earl Atmaz, the reigning and defending RFL champion, season 3 champion. Thank you for joining us, Atmaz, and now we're just waiting on a very special guest to join. And here he is. Before we end this stream, we just want to hand the mic over to Kirby, otherwise known as Kimmy the Iceman, because Kimmy has a special announcement regarding Racing Formula League. Kimmy, take it away.
Hello everyone, my name is Kirby, as you probably know, and yeah, I know it is. That starting next season in season 5, we will be starting an RFL F2 league. Dates have not been decided yet. The way the scheduling and times and all that have also not been decided yet. But if you are pre-interested, then contact me or the league account or something else. We'll figure out if you are interested. And yeah.
So there you have it. Next season we are beginning an official F2 league. If you are interested in F2 RFL, make sure to DM Kirby on Twitter or Racing Formula League Twitter account. Well, that was it then. The Hungarian Grand Prix. Yep.
Before we end off, I think Verstappen's up for a chat now. He's came back from his party, so if you would like. Or would you rather?
Well, should we talk to him, or you just want to, just end it here?
I don't know. I don't mind.
Yeah, let's just end it here. Yeah. So that is that for
okay.
Racing Formula League, season 4 around the Hungarian Grand Prix.
1 second, don't end it. I gotta do something.
Oh no, Atmaz. What is Atmaz gonna do? What is he gonna do? Honestly, on
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna get copyrighted.
We're gonna mute that. We're gonna mute that. Mute it.
Sorry.
Right. So that is that for Racing Formula League Season 4 around the Hungarian Grand Prix. The qualifying maestro and just overall rapid. WR Verstappen has taken a victory again, and Jolly has extended his championship lead over Chandler and the rest of the field. Join us next week for the Belgium Grand Prix. I was actually wrong last week, believe it or not. We actually don't have a mid-season break. The Tier 2 mid-season break is actually 1 week earlier before the Tier 1 mid-season break, thanks to real-life events and stuff. But yeah, join us next week, same place, same channel, same time, and we'll have Morgs and myself commentating the classic, legendary Spa-Francorchamps circuit for the Belgium Grand Prix Round 13 of the Season 4 Championship. Anyway, my name's been Tom Gorin. It's been a pleasure and an honour commentating today for Racing Formula League. I want to thank RAK for standing by for Morgs, and I want to thank every single driver who's participated in both tiers races this weekend. Thank you all for watching Racing Formula League Season 4 around the Hungarian Grand Prix circuit. My name's been Tom Gorin. Thank you very much for watching, and until next week at the Belgium Grand Prix, we'll see you on the circuit. Good night.
Bye.